Hello there. Happy Friday, everybody. 10:08 Chicago Now. We got Three's Company.
That's right.
Yes.
Natalie Baumke.
We're coming and knocking on your door.
Yes,
Not
we
really,
are.
though.
That would be frightening.
Yes.
Would it?
Be like the. Oh, Caitlin's mic is not on. Oh, okay.
Caitlin might need a battery
I was
change.
gonna
So it's
say,
good
it'd be
time we
like-
have Natalie
Like
here.
the Publishers Clearinghouse of Chicago
Exactly.
Now, knocking on the door.
Who wouldn't want to have Natalie Baumke show up on a Friday morning with an oversized check?
Roll.
That would be
I don't
so
think-
great.
I'm obsolete. It's just the oversized check.
oversized
If
check.
it was like a Chicago Now kind of surprise thing, what would we bring, you think?
Ooh. Outside of some like really cool Fox 32 swag, Caitlin's getting her mic all situated. Guess how about cameo appearance by like a singing telegram with Jake Hamilton?
Would Jake be singing, though?
That's a good point.
Because if you could sing, you could serenade. We could roll a baby grand right out onto the lawn there.
Oh,
and,
wouldn't that be something? We're gonna actually be if
Yes.
anyone's downtown later, 4 o'clock. Paris Schutz and I, along with perhaps a cameo appearance by our very own Anita Bland, we're gonna be tickling the ivories at Howl at the Moon. 4 p.m. downtown. Come say hi. Maybe have a beverage or
Wait,
two.
are you guys doing this for tips?
Yes.
That's a good idea. We probably
Because
should.
they
We could
do.
do it
I
for
mean, that's-
tips and donate the tips to like Pause Chicago or
That
something.
would be great. I would love to
That's
see
not
that.
a bad idea. Not a bad
Yeah,
idea
because
at all.
I mean, when you go to that bar, they have like
Yeah,
you
the
tip
jars.
them,
That's
right?
Yeah, for requests.
For request, but are you taking requests?
Maybe. My repertoire is very, I mean, it's finite.
Okay.
It is very finite. Now, Paris Schutz, on the other hand, he might have a very expansive repertoire.
He
catalog.
performs. He told me that he performed once for like 3 hours. Once he got done with the evening show, he like went to a bar and did a 3-hour gig.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you have the energy for that?
Who's better, you or him?
That's a really good question. You're going to find out later today.
I
You're
guess you have
very
to
good.
show up to
I've
find
never
out.
heard Paris play.
Paris
Is it
can
gonna
sing
talented.
too, right?
He's a very talented individual.
Is it gonna be on
I'm not really much of a singer. I'm more of a piano guy.
Okay.
We'll see what happens later. We'll see how much Malort is
Oof,
in.
gross.
We're going to talk about Malort in a little bit.
Mixed with a little something else, right?
There's mixed with a THC shot and raccoons and kayaks. Raccoons,
Not
kayaks,
all the same
Malort,
story.
and THC. Basically a combo of all my favorite things on the planet. Okay, coming up this morning, we got a lot to get to. We got a lot to get to.
okay.
We are diving into the wild world of what is trending, from creepy, cute, collectible dolls selling for 6 figures. That's
Yeah.
a thing. To Chicago's biggest party of the summer. We're talking about the Pride Parade. The Pride Parade is stepping off Sunday, 11 a.m. on North Halstead. We'll also be talking with the director behind a global soybean mission. Do you know anything about this,
I
Natalie?
did. Well, I didn't, and now I do. I looked it up, but apparently their funding has been cut, their federal
Okay.
funding. But it's interesting.
Like
it's
the
all,
soybean farmers? Sorry to cut you off.
So it's a project and initiative that was started by the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, and they are looking to grow different varieties of soybeans in kind of desert climates,
Oh,
really
wow.
arid climates.
Oh, cool.
'Cause obviously they grow really well in the Midwest.
Yeah.
But you know, I think we'll have to ask the researcher that we're talking to, but I think it's a food that's pretty versatile.
Yeah.
Soybeans are high in protein, versatile. And so they were looking at growing these different varieties in Africa, South
To fight
America,
hunger.
to fight hunger.
Yeah.
And so their federal funding for the program has been cut. It's a long-standing program, so we're going to talk to him about maybe what we can do and what the program's done.
Question for both of you. When you get your hair done, does the hairstylist ever double as a therapist?
Yes, for me.
Okay,
I'm
not
so
much for Kim.
tired when I get my
You
hair
just-
done. I'm just like, sorry, my eyes are half closed. This feels really good. So I don't talk at all.
I
really.
nod off sometimes during my
How?
haircuts as well because I don't know. First of all, this shift.
Yeah.
Anytime we
Yeah.
stop moving, I start glazing over. But
Yeah.
I think there's something about like sitting there and I don't know if it's like
Comfortable,
yeah.
or massaging your
My
head.
guy is like so
Your BFF.
fun.
Okay.
Yes. Like I started out in Sacramento, my best friend, Brett, my hairdresser, became my best friend. And then here, the guy who does my hair bought our house. I didn't know him then. When we moved out of the city, he bought my house, and I looked him up and I saw that he was nicknamed the Blonde Wizard.
Ooh.
And I
You're like,
thought,
hey.
I gotta see this guy. And so now
Seems
we've
like a
become
match.
really close. Yeah.
That's great. So we're going to be headed to the South Side to talk to a men's mental health. We're going to talk about men's mental health with the longtime manager of one of Chicago's most iconic barber shops. And they have, I believe that I've been to this barbershop. I think I've done a story there in the past on the far South Side. But they've had clientele from Muhammad Ali to Malcolm X.
Wow.
Okay. Famous clientele there.
Obviously very good at what they do.
So we're going to be speaking with them live. But we want to dive in first about what is trending. Caitlin, you want to kick us off here with, I don't even know how
You
to
pronounce it, it's Labubu.
Okay, Labubu.
You
Okay,
guys,
Natalie's
my
up
cards
on this.
kind of fell when I changed
Oh,
my
they
mic,
did?
so
Okay.
I'm all out of sorts right now. Why don't you go?
Delaney,
Actually,
is there
wait,
video?
I think I got
is there video evidence of what Labubu is?
it. Is this the doll? No.
This was the Labubu link
Yeah.
up
These
in New York
on
City.
her purse are these
They actually had a
dolls,
professional
okay?
tattoo artist
And
tattooing Labubus.
they're like
It was in
little
Washington Square Park, and actually a lot of people showed up. There was a competition for the best Labubu accessorized outfit. It pretty much turned into a runway, a Labubu runway. This person even brought their bunny, even though it was like almost 90 degrees out there. This dog even won a Labubu. Shout out to the owner in the Jollibee hat. But yeah, they went off, man. They was working it. She said vintage. She had the subtle flex, but she had a nice little catwalk. Labubu in the hair was kind of crazy too. And then there was winners and some crazy prizes, low-key.
You do have to come correct.
That's CJ1K,
And
big fashion
You
influencer.
came correct.
And she won a Labubu. She definitely had like the most star power.
What did we just watch?
Labubus.
What
So,
did we just watch?
It was this impromptu Labubu fashion show.
Yeah.
They did it in like LA or New York or something.
So these Labubus are these collectible plush toys, which is so funny. This is so popular. These toys that come in bags where you can't see which one you
Yes.
get.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're originally created by artist Casing Lung as storybook characters. Labubus are now sold in those blind boxes, and their massive popularity has led to long lines at toy stores, fast sellouts online, and even high-end auctions where a rare Labubu can be sold for, did you guys look already? $170,000. Rare ones. Labubus. I like the name of them.
I do too.
Yeah,
I've
many
never
people-
heard of it till just now.
So they're wearing them as accessories, they're hanging them on their purses, they're buying clothes to accessorize them.
Does Olive have one? Are they
No,
for kids
but
or?
they reminded me of Where the Wild Things Are. You know,
What
with the
they
little
look
boy.
like?
Yeah, like the little boy that dresses in the little
Max.
costume, Max.
Max.
Yeah.
But with like a creepy, sharp-toothed smile.
I want to look at their face up
What's
close.
it-
They look
Yeah.
kind of
This
cute
reminds
from a
me
distance.
of a phenomenon of the past, like where these toys get all kinds of traction and they become valuable, and the rare ones. What am I thinking of? Is
Well,
it
Beanie
the
Babies.
Beanie Babies? Yeah. Yes, I think I am thinking of Beanie
But even
Babies.
the additional allure, as Caitlin said, with these is that you can purchase them in these blind boxes.
like a Pokemon card pack.
Right, like you don't know
Yes.
what's inside, or baseball cards, a pack of baseball
So they're not
cards.
as creepy as I thought. They're kind of cute. They just got teeth.
Right, and some of them, the rare ones, which you don't know what you're going to get when you get the box, sell for like top dollar.
Have you
Hundreds
guys
of thousands
ever
of dollars.
been hooked
Involved
in by
in
one
one
of
of
these trends? I can think of one that I got into.
I did Pokemon cards when I was a kid, and actually, my mom, we would get $5 for doing chores on the weekends, and my mom would take us to the flea market, and they would sell these bags of Pokemon cards. And I actually got a Charizard once, you guys. Wish I would have kept that thing in mint condition.
Oh.
Don't know what happened to it. Probably got squished, but those.
What would
those
that
are
be?
Also
Did you
top
say
dollar.
Charizard?
A Charizard card.
Charizard card. Okay,
How
we're
much
looking
are
at some
those
of the
worth?
Labubus.
What about you guys?
They are awfully cute. Wait, Caitlin.
Yeah.
How much would that be worth today?
I'm gonna look.
Oh, okay.
me
While
look
she's
it
looking
up.
that up, this may be predating you.
Okay, you ready for this?
Do you
Wait.
guys remember? Oh, go ahead, Caitlin.
$140,000.
No
What? Stop it.
way!
Yeah.
If you had held on to that, it would have been worth 140.
Yes.
Caitlin!
I know. That's why I'm kicking myself.
My gosh.
Oh,
Well,
here's
now
one for $400,000 on eBay.
Caitlin.
Mint condition. Can you even?
That
Can
almost
you
makes me sick to my
Me
stomach.
too.
No.
I know, but it wouldn't be in mint. I don't even know if it's like, how much would a Charizard card be worth, you know, squeezed and bent?
Bitten,
Caitlin.
chewed.
Yeah, because I think I knew it was special at the time, but it wasn't this
my
special.
gosh.
That, right.
That almost, yeah, I'm
Make
with
you
Natalie.
sick?
That almost
Yeah.
breaks my heart to know
$420,000
that. It's like sometimes we report
on Forbes,
on
you
Good
guys.
Day these lotto winners, these lotto ticket winners who never claim their prize. Like it was bought here. We don't
yeah.
have the person, the deadlines, and you know that just someone is walking around totally oblivious to the fact that they just won the Powerball.
This makes me feel worse than I felt before, though, you
I'm
guys.
sorry. All right. The only trend that I have ever gotten on, this may be predating you guys. Do you guys remember something called Garbage Pail Kids?
Yes, the Garbage Pail Kids.
I absolutely loved
Yeah,
those
I
things.
was the sticker collector at a young
Yes.
age, and so I had to have the stickers, but they also had the cards.
The cards. Well, actually, the
Yes.
cards were the stickers.
Oh, they were?
They were. You could peel them and stick
Okay,
them on things,
yes.
but I kept them in the, I
Garbage
kept them.
Pail Kids.
Garbage. They were it was a parody of Cabbage Patch Kids. So they kind of looked like Cabbage Patch Kids, but they were all these totally disgusting concepts. For example, there was one named Razor Rick, where he's shaving with a
can't believe
straight
you remember
razor,
that.
but he's actually shaving his skin off and
Ew.
You can see like the bones underneath.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's
yeah.
one where the kid has his hands like this, and his fingers are the teeth.
Yeah,
What is
they're
this,
they're
you
like
guys?
very
It's bizarre.
crude. It's
1980s, the 80s, baby.
and actually some of the original ones they would be worth quite a bit now. I bet
Mm-hmm.
the original because they were all in order. There were different series.
Splatty Patty.
Splatty Patty, yeah, that sounds right.
These are Cabbage Patch dolls.
Okay, so listen to this. You ready? eBay, $180,000 for the Topps Garbage Pail Kid stickers.
yes.
So you
was
should've
it was
saved
it was it a
yours, too.
character named Potty Scotty by chance or Jason Basin?
Blasted Billy and Evil Eddie.
Yeah,
I don't know. I almost need to go back and look at those, I feel like.
They're so great. They bring back memories.
Yeah.
Garbage Pail Kids.
I remember
So
Pongs
Labubus,
back in the
I
day.
guess, are this huge thing. That is. I'm glad to know they're trying to. Yeah, here's a look at
Quality cards
some of
there.
the Garbage Pail Kids. You can see they're very vulgar, and I think that's why they were so fun as a kid because
Yeah.
they were naughty. And,
Right.
and everyone collected them. People traded them.
There
Disc
was
golf
never
kid?
a show or anything,
No,
right?
they
So they
shoulda
were
had
kind
a
of like a
show.
grassroots movement.
Yeah,
Can I ask you guys something? Why are these worth anything?
collectors.
I know, but for what?
Good question.
Why?
Nostalgia, rarity. No?
I don't know. I don't
Pop
get
culture value.
it. I don't know. I don't get it.
Okay.
What about you guys? The Beanie Babies. I mean, even that. They remember back in the day with the Beanie Babies, they were like, the Princess Diana Beanie Baby was supposed to be like worth all this kind of money, and then
Right.
it just never came to fruition. Those poor Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, we're going to go to a quick break, but when we come back, we get to be enlightened. This concept about how to grow soy in very dry desert-like conditions, we're going to be speaking with Dr. Peter Goldsmith with the Soybean Innovation Lab. That is coming up after this break. Stay with us.
Welcome back, 1024. So at the beginning of this year, U of I's Feed the Future Soybean Innovation Lab was cut for federal funding. This came after 12 years of working to develop a soybean value chain, helping to end global hunger. So we're going to be talking to a doctor today about what we can do to help.
My alma mater, the University of Illinois. Woo! Dr. Peter Goldsmith, he's professor emeritus and director of the lab, to talk about the impact of this funding loss. Doctor, good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Thanks for joining us. Let's start with the funding cut. Why do you think it was cut?
Well, there was a policy with the new administration in dealing with international research funding, and the Soybean Innovation Lab is one of 17 labs located at land-grant universities, and there was an executive order to kind of terminate these research efforts. So it was kind of a large-scale mass elimination of these programs.
That's unfortunate. What does it mean for the future of the lab there?
Well, it meant we were scheduled to be over. We had a wind down to end on April 15th of this year, and some folks over in Europe, a firm there, saw our story and made a gift to the university.
Oh, wow.
The University Foundation, which was so gave us life for another year. So we're in operation for the next year through April 2026.
Nice. Okay, so Soybean Innovation Lab, what does that entail? What do you guys do day to day back there?
Yeah, so we're a technical group, a technical organization. Soybean is new to Africa, and the U.S. government back in 2012 came out to visit with me and here at the University of Illinois. At that time, I was conducting research in South America, and they had an idea to invest in soybean as a development crop. They wondered, was it appropriate to develop the soybean market, which would be very essential for not only U.S. growers as an export market, but also for economic development in Africa. So they wanted to know, is that possible in Africa?
And so, despite the fact that you guys are closing, or potentially going to have to close up shop, close the program, tell us about what you have been able to do in the time that you have been able to operate, and that's got to be a lifelong legacy.
Doctor, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Maybe you want to repeat the question, Natalie?
So I was wondering, what have you been able to do during the tenure of the program, and what will continue even if the program is not there?
Yeah, so what we focused on is establishing, since we're researchers and scientists, is establishing the foundations for the industry to grow so that U.S. growers would have markets and so forth. We identified 4 areas: seed and yield, mechanization, and then the processing sector. Many of you, your listeners are from the Midwest. They understand that soybean has to be processed, so you have to have buyers for soybean, for U.S. grain, and we work closely with them. So we've established the technical foundation for these organizations, companies, it's almost all the private sector, to thrive and be able to purchase and use soybean as what's called the industrial standard. You want them to principally use soybean for feeds and foods and food oil and industrial materials. That way, U.S. grain, U.S. soybean is welcome and slides right in as a imported product.
Now, we were talking earlier about the conditions in the Midwest in terms of growing soybeans. I feel like all I see when I go downstate is corn crops and soybean crops, and they grow really well here in the fertile Midwest soil. Is that the case for other parts of the world?
Yeah, that's the genius soybean, and that's what USAID came here to learn back in 2012. Is it possible? And one of the miracle features of soy is that it grows equally well, same yields, whether you're at what's called 45 degrees north latitude, so that would be southern Canada, all the way down to the equator. So it is a highly adaptable crop, and a soybean from Illinois can be mixed with a soybean from Ghana, no problem. That's the beauty of it, so it makes for a great export crop that it can go anywhere, like water. It just flows wherever there's demand.
So my question may sound silly, but what exactly are we using soybeans for? Like, how can people consume soybeans in different ways?
Yeah, so the principal use is for food oil, so any recipe you use that says vegetable oil, sometimes it'll say soy oil, but it's the industrial standard. So it's the industrial for food chain, for making French fries, for baked goods, and so cooking at home. I mean, it's just the base oil, and that's what's made it be the industrial standard globally. And then on the protein side, that's part of soy's magic. It has high levels of oil and high levels of protein, and that's used for animal feed principally. But it also has a use for human food, making tofu, soy milks, soy yogurts, cheeses. So it's a highly, what they call fungible, highly usable product as a raw material. And now I'm sure many of you are aware, it can be used for biodiesel, so for a fuel. It can also be used for green industrial materials, polymers, foams, things, seat cushions, anything where you'd see plastic. You can use soy can be the raw material.
That is so, and I never knew all of that, even growing up amongst
oil is made
You see it on the ingredients list sometimes.
Right, but I mean, all that. Why doesn't the University of Illinois? I know that they've long been looking for a new mascot. I want the soybean to be the mascot because that soybean is a powerhouse.
The fighting beans.
The fighting bean. We could battle Brutus and take them to the.
You float that idea, and then maybe we can reinvigorate funding in the project.
And the Duke Blue Devils will be taking on the Illinois soybeans
I
in
love
the
this.
national championship
Sweet
game.
beans.
The
Yes.
sweet beans. Okay, so.
And then there's the lady beans, would be the women's team.
I mean, we could go on all day, Doctor, and I'm sure you would just not be wasting your time by participating in that. Okay, so for people who want to participate in global sustainability, how do we start? What can we do?
Yeah, the University of Illinois is really well globally placed. I mean, there's my work in my lab and so forth, but there are many others who work to bring research and science, student travel, faculty exchange. I mean, the University of Illinois is a leader in international research and outreach. So certainly the programs here are wonderful. And for listener students and so for their children to come here, they're just wonderful academic programs so that students become global citizens. So that's a wonderful way to be involved, and the university welcomes those sorts of partnerships. Education
is key. All right, Dr. Peter Goldsmith, thank you so much for your time. Fascinating. Good luck in this final year. I hope someone else steps up so that you can continue your work for many, many years to come. Thank you,
Thank you.
We have our fingers crossed.
Yes, absolutely. We'll keep them crossed too. We're back with more Chicago Now right after this.
Welcome back, everybody, to Chicago Now. We got a real juicy Reddit thread here to get to.
I'm
that
excited
all,
about this.
all unfolded on the brown line, guys.
All right. This is trending.
Yeah, this is what's trending. If we can pull it up, I'll have Anthony read it. It does have a swear word in it.
It does. Okay.
Don't do
Thank
the
you for the
swear,
heads up, because I will
guys.
just if it's on there, you know I will read it.
As an anchor will.
Okay, here we go. I'm riding the brown line home from work, and I just watched this woman sitting next to me have a FaceTime call on full volume for 5-ish minutes, which is fine, whatever. But what is
Beeping.
bleeping me up after she hangs up is she digs a pair of AirPods out of her purse to watch YouTube? What am I missing? Wow.
Maybe
that's
she
an
answered
etiquette
the
breach.
phone before she thought about it. Like, oh no, they're calling, answer. And then she probably just didn't realize that she should dig out her earbuds in the middle.
I need to dig something up for you guys. I was in a previous lifetime in my early 20s, before I was a broadcaster, I took the brown line every single day downtown, transferred to the red, got off at State and Lake for this business job that I did. My friend and I came up with a pamphlet, because there were so many incidents like this all the time.
No, you
We
didn't.
came up with a pamphlet that was, we called it the CTA Standards of Etiquette.
No
Anthony.
way.
And it was like a brochure, and we handed them out at the. This is before kids. You have time on your hands to
Right.
do crazy stuff like this. We wound up getting two things happened. We got a cease and desist letter from the CTA, but we also got coverage on the front page of the Chicago Sun-Times.
What did your dad say?
He was very amused by it because it was all tongue-in-cheek stuff. I mean, we would the thing is, it was kind of half kidding, but half like, whoa.
Well, okay,
like,
what were the things?
there was like, we banned certain books from being, like books we didn't like. Okay, that was one. There was like going through the turnstile properly. Oh, people who don't wait on the escalators, people who wait, you're supposed to wait on one side, and there's a
Right.
walking lane and there's a waiting. So we did all. Yes, exactly. Oh, and then I remember everybody used to say, out please, when they wanted to get out. And like, it's for some reason that was like nails on a chalkboard. Like, who says out please?
What
Just
would you
say
want them to
excuse
say?
me.
Oh, excuse me.
Excuse me. Like everywhere else. So like little nitpicks like that. But like, I'm not surprised. Oh, and then people who bring like a
Snacks.
smelly meal, yeah,
And
or a good
lunch.
meal. It's like, hey, did you bring enough for the whole class? Then don't eat it on the. Then don't eat it on. Just stuff like that. You know what? I'll bring it in. I'll find the
You're
article.
A hoot
I
as
was.
a young
I
chap.
know.
Yeah, I was.
I
was-
can't get enough of the
I
stories.
can't either. From walking with a boombox on your shoulder as
Yes.
a kid.
Yeah.
In Wilmette,
In
the
Wilmette,
mean streets of
phones,
Wilmette, I took a
answering
boombox.
phones
And
at
making up
Lavinia
voices.
and doing funny voices to the people that were
You
calling
already had your
in.
hands full with your boys. I
Yeah,
have a
we'll see.
feeling.
Well, maybe all that stuff skipped
Yeah.
a generation.
I don't
We're gonna
think
have to
so.
see. Theo's going through an Elvis phase right now, so he is. I'm catching him doing like the Jailhouse Rock dance. I mean, Olive does crazy stuff like that too. Your kids, come on.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing. It's
They're
like
funny.
Too much.
kids are hilarious, and then
Kids
we all
are
get
hilarious.
jobs, and then we become serious.
This is probably TMI, but like the other day I was like taking a shower and I came out and she's like no clothes on, like sitting on the bed,
yeah.
reading from a pile of books,
Yes.
picking up
Just
a book
on
and
your
reading. Her legs crossed.
My
She's
kids-
5. She can't even read.
They're naked all the time.
Oh, well,
what is
but
it with
I was
kids
like,
taking
what?
their
I
clothes
said,
off?
I don't know. But
Hey.
I'm like, Olive, what are you doing? She's, I'm just waiting for my bath. I just thought I'd read a couple books.
Yeah.
She can't read. She's waiting for her bath in the nude.
Did you guys see the story? Like,
Theo used to walk around in just a baseball helmet.
okay,
Nothing else.
yes,
Baseball
yes,
helmet. I say do it while you can.
We know where he got that.
golly, I was talking to Darcy the other day, and I said Grady went to the DMV to get his new plate, and she's like, she's driving her Barbie Jeep, and she stops and she goes, "Is he gonna bring a spoon too?" And I was like, "Yeah, he's going to the B&B to get a plate and a spoon." And then
Oh,
it clicked.
Oh, then it
Oh
clicked.
my
There
gosh.
Hey.
Kids are hilarious.
Yeah.
She's got the humor gene. All right, we got another trending topic involving raccoons today. Okay,
Love
let's
that.
check this. Oh
There's
my
a few
god.
photos here. This is a Rogers Park alley.
Oh my.
Look how many. Look at the
Wait.
babies.
Okay, yeah, those are big. I was gonna say, what's up with the one on the left? So big. It must be the mama.
Yeah.
Oh, darling.
Better raccoons than rats, right?
Are you
Totally.
kidding? These are so cute. She's got her hands full. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 babies.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Oh, they're so cute.
Is it Mike Kaplan who basically has a pet
He's a
rat?
raccoon whisperer.
A raccoon.
I think his old house, he used to feed him on his deck.
And they come back regularly. Isn't that his current house too? Doesn't he have like a regular?
I think he moved. He moved.
Like a raccoon regular?
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't
again,
know.
I would rather that in my alley than
Do you guys
rats.
have any rat stories? Because I do.
Let's hear it.
From living in
Matt.
the city.
Oh my God.
Tell me
I've
more.
one. This is an ex-girlfriend of mine.
Oh, I'm
Had
excited.
just moved into her new apartment. Opened, like, you know how some places have a built-ins, like a built-in like chest. It's like a lot of them are in dining rooms. You don't take it out. It's affixed to the wall. It's like
Yes.
a built-in, whatever.
Yeah.
She opens the top drawer. There's a dead rat in the top drawer. She moved out.
Oh.
No way.
That was enough to. She flipped out.
Yeah, I could see that. Was it stinky or was it like bones?
Can't
One would
remember.
think
No,
the
no, it was
smell
like it
would
was
be
like yeah, it
permeating.
was.
Wouldn't you
I feel like
think
it would
when
be.
you looked at
Well,
the...
it depends on how long it was there.
Anyway, go ahead. You got a rat
Okay,
story.
well, so when we lived in the city, we lived in Logan Square, and we had one, like, the garage that was the non-attached garage.
Yeah.
Basically, the person that used to live there was a mechanic, so we had a door on both sides. So there was a cement pad, like, in the backyard where they could pull the cars through. So Ed would sunbathe. My husband would sunbathe on this cement pad, right? So he's on like a work call, yeah. And I'm like looking at
yeah.
hello? And I'm like, I like look out the patio and there's like a rat that just like scrambles underneath his lounge chair and goes back toward the alley. And I'm like, he's like oblivious to the whole thing.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And then
Let's close the deal, Bob.
Let's close the deal.
And there's a rat.
Tickling his ankle.
right. And then when we moved out, I was like, we were like in the alley, in and out, trying to get stuff in and out, and I'm like throwing stuff away in the garbage cans. One leapt out at me at night. Yes. And then our gate here at the station.
Yeah.
We see them all the
Did
time.
you hit
coming
it,
in.
Nat?
No. There's a garbage can right next to the arm that like
Yes,
you
yes,
pull up
yes,
and you
yes,
scan your
yes.
card and you go in.
Sure.
One leapt out of that as well.
Stop
I
it.
swear to you.
I didn't know they leap out at people.
They get startled.
and
And they
come
can
for
go
ya.
anywhere. They
Yeah.
can climb. They can go through a hole the size of a quarter. I've done a lot of reporting on rats over the years here in Chicago. No joke. I followed around the rat abatement crews.
Yeah.
Like I know a lot about rats.
Grady,
You got to
yeah.
take away their food supply. That's the whole thing. And when there's garbage around,
And
that's
give 'em
their
birth
food
control.
supply.
Well, in
Yeah.
the
And when
alleys
there's
in
pigeon-
Chicago, I'm sorry.
No,
But
go
it's no wonder that they're just so prominent in the alleys because that's where we put our trash.
Right.
Yes, absolutely.
I wish I could call Grady and have him tell you this story because I definitely am going to butcher it. But I can get the main points here because it is about a rat. He was in this apartment. He lived there by himself. One night, he woke up in the middle of the night. Now, this is a hard story to believe, but Grady doesn't
Okay.
really make things up, so I feel like he's telling the truth. He said he woke up, there was a rat in his bed. Instead of panicking, because this wasn't in the city, he put the rat outside, okay? Goes back to sleep, wakes up to the rat back in his bed. So he got up again, picked the rat up, went outside, went down the street, and let it go. Got home, went back to sleep, woke up, and the rat was back in his bed again. You
No
guys.
way.
Yes. Turns out it was a neighbor's pet.
Pet. I was going to say that's got to be a domesticated rat.
The reason I didn't believe it is because if you woke up in the middle of the night with a
Oh.
rat in your bed,
Oh.
how would you react? I feel
I'd
like I wouldn't
flip
be
out.
like,
I'm
well,
never going
hello,
back to sleep
Mr.
again.
Rat.
I woke up, this is when I was studying abroad in Mexico. I woke up in the middle of the night. There was a scorpion on the wall of my bedroom.
Okay.
I
Have you
took
guys-
my
yeah.
flip flop
Oh no.
and
You
I
smacked
just.
it?
Don't tell Kaylee.
One time I was sleeping, this was when I was living down south too, and I felt like something was biting me, biting my neck, fell back asleep, felt like something was biting my face. So I went to the bathroom, I was like, oh, something did bite me because I was red, went back to the bed, pulled my pillow up, there was a big millipede centipede looking thing
Oh my God.
under my pillow.
No
you guys.
way.
Under
This
my,
is the stuff of nightmares.
It is.
call
Oh
the
my
police.
gosh.
Call the police.
All right,
It's
we got to
over.
get to break.
No, I think
we
she
gotta
said we
cut
could
off-
do the Malort story and then we can go
Are
to
we going
break.
to do Malort first before
Yeah.
break?
Okay.
Okay.
Caitlin.
let's-
Huh?
What?
Okay. Caitlin, you might be interested in this, Anthony.
Okay, Malort. This is apparently trending. Oh my gosh. The Chicago High Five.
Oh, I like it. What is it?
Okay.
No, you don't.
Now I get where
There's
this
one
is going
person
with
in this group that would try it, and it's not
They-
Caitlin nor I.
Okay, he's sitting over here. Yeah. Guilty as charged. I would definitely try this.
Wait, is
And-
this weed?
Yes.
But it's
Oh.
Malort too. Okay, so you guys know the Chicago handshake, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Shot him a lord.
Shot of Malort. That's how you welcome everyone to the city of Chicago. This is the Chicago High Five. The High Five. You get it? This is a
yeah.
THC
I
infused
get it.
shot.
Yep, got
Oh
it.
my gosh.
So they're
this-
partnering with this Chicago-based cannabis company
That's great.
in order to make this.
So you
I know.
mix
Oh
the
my
two
gosh.
together? Is that what it is?
It's pre-mixed. Pre-mixed.
But that was in a baggie.
I know. I don't
Yeah, it's a
understand
little-
the bag, right?
I
think
thought it
it's
was in a little
pre-mixed.
bottle, a little botella. A little...
I think it maybe was in the bottle next to it. I think the bag was just the advertisement
Oh.
for the.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
I
I was
approve.
confused too. I had to look at it.
All
for a
right.
Listen, that's a 1 + 1 = 3.
while. Oh my God, Anthony.
in my mind. All right. I
Happy
think
Friday, everybody.
we get to, after a short break, check in with the wise men down at Coleman Brothers Barber Shop. And they have been in business for a super long time. Their list of clientele is mind-blowing. If they go back so far, they've had Muhammad Ali in there, they've had
Wow.
Malcolm X. We're going to talk with them live when we come back from this short break. Everybody stay with us. Welcome back. June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, and barbershops, honestly, barbershops have long been kind of a safe haven. It's a place where men find more than just a haircut, always a source of therapy. You can always find a sympathetic ear and some great advice. And one of Chicago's most iconic barbershops, Coleman Brothers, have been serving South Woodlawn since way back in 1963, welcoming clientele, everyone from Muhammad Ali to Barack Obama, and obviously the everyday neighborhood clientele as well. And so today we have the pleasure of being joined by the manager, Arthur Muhammad, to talk about the role that barbershops play in supporting men's mental health. Arthur,
Good morning,
How's it going?
Arthur.
How's it going? Good morning. Good morning. How you guys doing?
who is your client right now? We're staring at the
Right
back
here.
of someone's
Oh
head.
man, this gentleman right here goes by the name of Ocephus Starks Jr.
Nice.
My
Starks
brother,
Jr.
my friend, my confidant, my business partner. He's everything to me, and I'm everything to him.
That's
so yeah.
cool.
He
How
joined us
long
this morning
has Ocephus
in the
been
shave
coming
and
to see you,
haircut.
Arthur?
About 20 years.
Wow. So you guys
About
go
20
way
years.
back.
About 20 years. We go way back. We go
Yeah.
way back.
He
Yep.
looks comfy.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
we go way back.
Arthur, let me ask you this. you've been doing this for some time. You're obviously very
Yes, sir.
skilled with the scissors and with the razor there. How
Yes,
big
sir.
a part of your job is the social aspect of it? The being a sympathetic ear to your clients.
Yes, every implement you just named, just as important as that implement is to me performing my service, is me being an ear to my client. It's unbelievable. Sometimes the clients come just to talk and they won't even get a service.
Wow.
That's just how important the barbershop is to people. We have clients, gentleman that just left. He just came in and sat down for about an hour and had a good conversation. So sometimes it's about the service, and sometimes people really do just come because they want to just talk, get something off, or just escape whatever they may be dealing with, and come among some good camaraderie and some good conversation. And this is what Coleman Brothers provide.
Arthur, I have a question for you, because in my experience, men don't like to open up or talk very often. So how do you make them comfortable to chat with you? Do you just ask really good questions, or what's the secret sauce?
So here's the thing. It's the nature of the barbershop. It really just comes with the barbershop. So I'm also a licensed barber instructor. So I teach students. I've got students all across the country. And I tell them in the classroom, this is one of the professions similar to being like a doctor or a nurse, where somebody can just be visiting Chicago from Arizona, right? Looking up local barbershop and pop in, come in, sit down in your chair, introduce yourself, him or herself. I'll introduce myself. And then the next thing you know, I'm in their face. I got my razor and my trimmers, and it's just a level of trust that comes with the profession. And I remember a quick story when I was doing my instructor's training with the legendary Miss Trotter. I love her, Dudley's Beauty College, shout out to them. But we had to do a psychology paper, and I did mine, and I titled it The Chair. And I did a comparison to the barber chair and the psychiatrist chair.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's actually that. So when the people come in, the buzz of the clippers, the massaging of the head, it like opens the client up to just be relaxed, and then they just start talking. We don't really have to say anything. The conversation usually begins with the client.
When a client comes in, let's just say they are going through something in their life, how much do you interject your own opinion and your own views on what they're going through, and how much do you just play the role of kind of, I'm going to ask the right questions here and let them kind of think through these topics, or does it all depend?
Well, that's where you have to be careful, because you don't want to give someone the wrong advice.
Yeah.
But barbers have to be well studied. So we're usually abreast of all sorts of topics, right? A wide range of things, because everybody comes into the barbershop. So doctors come in. So I may have a conversation with a doctor, and he may be sharing certain things that he's experienced in his profession. I can retain that. And then if someone comes in, I can say, hey, with Dr. Starks here, he was in my chair last week, and he said, this is a good thing for diabetes, or you can try this out for hypertension, or you see what I'm saying? So because all walks of life come into the barbershop, we can have access to all of the information from all walks of life. But that we should also be very careful, because we don't want our personal opinion to get in the way of people making a wrong decision, and maybe some harm coming to them. So I again, I tell my students, stay abreast of the daily news, do some studying, and be a good listener and a retainer of information, because people come in the barbershop seeking information, and we have to be able to give them the right information and good information for whatever it is that they're dealing with.
Arthur, you're the one who should have the show.
I
don't
know,
know.
that's
I don't
what I'm
know why the three of us are here. I'm not kidding.
Maybe we could have him on as a guest and ask him questions all the
I
time.
mean, he should be the one on all the talking heads. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, he's got it.
I love to be. If I can bring my chair and a client, we can have great dialogue.
Yeah, and then you could also maybe shape Anthony up there.
Exactly. I knew
That's right, Anthony. You're supposed to be here, man.
We were supposed to be down there today. We had a little scheduling mishap. Let me ask you this, Arthur. All right, so attorneys and their clients, they've got attorney-client privilege, right? Okay. Talk about, does that apply in your specific scenario?
Absolutely. I tell you what, if you as a barber don't have integrity, you won't be in business long.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
because people
Arthur,
literally come in and share with you very, very personal things.
Yeah.
And you don't want to gossip about their information and things getting out like that. I tell you, bad news travels fast.
Yeah.
If someone is sleepy, like this gentleman that you have in front of you,
The young man here is nodding his head when I said that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
if let's say you go get your hair done and you're tired and you don't really want to chat, is that offensive to you guys? Because I feel like sometimes when I get my hair done, I get sleepy and I kind of get quiet. Is that weird?
Yeah. No, it's not. Again, you have to understand your role as a barber or as a stylist, right? You go as the client goes. They
Okay.
come here for the purpose of relaxing, for the purpose of conversation, for the purpose of venting, whatever it may be. You as the barber have to adjust, and every client is different, so you have to adjust with the client when they come in, because our number one objective is to make the client comfortable and satisfied with the service.
All right,
So we
Arthur,
have to be able to adjust. Go ahead.
before we let you go, we're getting the wrap. Where are you located, and how can people find your barbershop?
We are on the corner of 68th and Stony Island. The address is 6802 South Stony Island, the legendary Coleman Brothers Barbershop. And you can notice us by the honorary Coleman Brothers street sign that we were blessed to have last year from the city of Chicago.
Aw.
So 68th and Stony is the honorary Coleman Brothers way. And we are at 6802 South Stony Island. We're open Tuesday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
All right, go
we
see Arthur,
Thank you,
everybody.
Arthur.
Get
We
more than
prefer
just a
appointments,
haircut.
so
Arthur
appreciate
Mohammed, it's been a
Yes,
pleasure.
yes,
Have
yes.
a great weekend,
Thank you.
sir. That was.
I feel like he would make
love
a
it.
great husband.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
don't we all wish that? Like he listens,
Yeah.
provides support.
Right.
Yeah.
He knows just when to interject his opinion
Exactly.
and then hold back.
Yeah.
I mean,
And his calm demeanor
oh my
too,
gosh.
right?
Yeah.
So great.
What a
All right,
wonderful
we got to
man.
go to a quick break, but we're back to wrap up the show.
Oh,
No break?
no
No
break.
break.
Oh, we are gonna wrap it up.
break.
Okay, I thought we needed to hit one more break. I'm so sorry.
Is Justine joining us? All right, let's talk about our weekend plans, shall we? Yeah.
Okay, so my question, guys.
Okay.
I'm solo parenting this weekend. All right,
Okay.
Maggie's in New York.
For what? Is she with girlfriends?
She is visiting a friend who just had a baby, and she's going to help with the baby. She's
my
a single mom,
goodness.
and she's going to go out there and help. They're downtown New York, so that leaves me with the kids, right?
Oh,
the boys.
Oh, geez.
So we live on the L line. We live in the northern suburbs, but the L goes into our suburb. And I'm thinking of taking the boys to the Pride Parade on Sunday morning. Do I dare enter those waters? Is that too ambitious of a trip? The crowds, the party atmosphere. The boys are 9 and 4. Thoughts?
Natalie?
I'm on the fence.
Well-
Like, is it too ambitious?
I have had trouble, like when Fox 32 has been in the Pride Parade, finding a parking spot. But if you're taking
We
public
take the
transportation,
L. I just wonder, is it going to be too raucous?
Raucous is not my concern. I think so. I would love to bring Olive to the Pride Parade as well. But the nudity, I think that's
the rogue
my only,
nudity. You
which
think-
is,
does
you
that
know
have a
what?
thing anymore?
I don't know, but I mean, if people feel free to do it, it's not bothering me, you know, so I'm like okay with it. But I think I would just have a lot of questions to answer.
And I think the better route would be go somewhere where they can get exhausted. You're going to be home alone with those boys.
We
And
need
it's
to
going to
tie
be like
them out.
a million
Take 'em to
degrees
the
on
park.
Sunday.
Exactly. Get
That's
them
right.
tired.
Because Saturday's the day, the nice day.
Didn't you want to go to Taylor
Okay.
Street to get Italian ice?
A little
Why don't we
Italian
do
ice,
that?
yeah.
Go to the
Yeah,
park, have them run around in circles.
The only reason the Pride Parade intrigued me was because of the L, because it wouldn't be getting in the car.
It is
but
one
yeah,
of the best parades in the city.
It's
so
fun. I just wonder is it too young? Is it like, you know what? Chime in if you guys have thoughts at home. Leave them in the comments. I'm on the fence on this. Like again, like
What does Maggie think?
I
That's
haven't-
that's your answer.
I haven't raised the.
Call your wife.
Yep.
Then you'll
All right.
know.
You guys should have barber chairs too. You guys get good advice.
don't
All
know.
right, it's weekend time, right?
Yeah.
We're
And
rolling
I-
in.